Surprise, it's just me. I bet some of you some bitches just logging on was thinking, God almighty, I've already died and gone to where I'm going. No, not yet. Just old JC. The unimpeachable president for life. Good evening, everybody. I've already let a lot of you get in here, and I didn't say hi, but hello, and thanks for coming. Man, what a difference in a day. Hot today. Woo. And it's not raining. Oh, yeah. Glad I got this Stan Hansen fan to keep me cool. Well, anyway, stick around after Break On Through today, because there's going to be a very special event. I know you're thinking, oh, Judas Bully it. No, Tom got snowed. Well, there was snow in the Tennessee mountain range and the North Carolina mountain range, so he was not able to make it last week. Oh, there's my pal Elvis Irwin down there in Texas, man. I got to tell you, we really worried about y'all down there. Yeah, you think you're not used to that? I mean, you know, we think here in the Carolinas we're not used to it. You know, we don't get much snow, but well, the mountain areas do, but the rest of the state don't. But you guys never get it, and of course, there's people in the country, you know, telling you guys to, you know, pull up your bootstraps and get it done and all this stuff. But take it. Believe me, we know what it's like to get ridiculed and laughed at and all when it snows. And your state's just not prepared. Ours is and never is. They drop some shit on the road. You're supposed to do something. It doesn't do anything. But, hope everybody down there is fine. Hope everybody's fine. Hope everybody's fine today. It's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Man, if this thing keeps jumping, I'm sitting on my drawing table, and every time I move, I hit the cord. So it's not you, it's me. But right after Break On Through, did you catch that? I started something, went off on a little tangent, and then came back. Yeah, anyway, after Break On Through, there will be a new online program that will pop up occasionally called the ANTiSEEN After School Special. And of course, it will feature the Minister of Propaganda himself, Malcolm Tent. He's going to hip you to why there was no shoot interview this past Sunday. He's going to tell you what's going to go on with the shoot interviews from here on. Eventually, he's going to talk to me. Now, that'd be better than me sitting here talking by myself. Because, I mean, think about it, y'all. In March or April, I don't know, I guess that's when I started. I've almost been talking about ANTiSEEN every day. Not every day, every Tuesday. But in the beginning, it was Tuesdays and Thursdays, remember. So I talked about ANTiSEEN for a year. So, of course, I'm kind of running out of stuff that I think anybody wants to hear about. But I got some ideas from some people today. People have been giving me ideas. Not as frequently as I would like, because, man, you know, when I start thinking about Break On Through, Tuesday morning on my way to work, I don't know if y'all heard that, but that was my beautiful wife sneezing.
I'm sorry.
No need. Next time do it louder so the folks can hear. You think the sneeze heard all around the country. Um, I am going to tell you, you know, we usually like to keep things secret and until there's more to tell, but there's some things I can tell. I can tell now. You may have seen on the page here, last week I posted that the covers for Live from Quarantine have arrived at Cascade Records. Now, I know they got the labels. So there's a label, a cover. Cascade is a record pressing plant. And as soon as Mark Rainey and me can reach some kind of agreement about what we want to press it as, and then press it. Make your boy stay over time there, boy. Press those records. All that's left is the hype sticker. I hadn't seen no hype sticker, but I hope we ain't going to be waiting for 3 weeks for a damn thing to get done for a fucking hype sticker. You hear me, Mark Rainey? All right. Also, this coming Saturday, me and the boys will be recording. What are we recording? You might ask. We're recording a Steppenwolf song entitled Who Needs Ya? And we're laying down Mad Brother Ward's guitar, Barry's drums, my vocals. We're also going to have some special guests, one of which it is a great honor for me to have on this record. Well, it's a great honor for both of them, but this one in particular, I'm going to share the lead vocals with my longtime friend and a big influence, the first person in the city of Charlotte that ever took ANTiSEEN under his wing, Scott Savage. And this is a long time coming. Man, me and him talked about doing this song over 30 years ago. I told you sometimes it takes things a while, but then, you know, it happens. But it's kind of ridiculous. But we're going to do that. It's going to be a 7-inch single, much like the thing we did with Jerry A. And the B-side is going to be an exciting thing, too. We're re-releasing the song Lo-Fi off of We're Number One. Mainly because that's one of our favorite ones off of it. And but it's going to be different. It's going to be Lo-Fi, the Sweet Georgia Brown remix. I know you're sitting there going, damn Jeff Clayton, is the remix going? I mean, is it going to be? Man, trust me, okay. He sent a file to Barry. Barry sent a file to me. After I took about a week and a half to figure out how to open the file, I heard it, and I was like, we got to use this. I said, I don't want to go remixing all of our records. I mean, because I think we okayed them when it. John Bowman did a great job on them. I'm not saying that, but it's just someone else's ear. See, John was in the band. He recorded the band. He knows what we want from, you know, years of me telling him. And but this is somebody who's never been in the band. He just was simply a friend and a fan, you know. So it's gonna be something. I'll tell you, and we're working fast on it now too. So this ain't gonna be something we're gonna be waiting until the end of summer. You hear me? We ain't waiting till the end of summer for this, okay? It's going to be out. And man, as soon as Live from Quarantine is available, as soon as I used to do pre-sale on them, but I don't think I'm going to do that no more, man. Because pre-sale stresses me the fuck out. Why? Well, when I did pre-sale on the Christmas record, all the boxes of Christmas records, oh yeah, they got delivered to 5516. But it wasn't my 5516. It was one street over or two. Luckily, the guy, I guess he didn't want the damn things in his garage. He's kind enough to load them all up in his car and bring them by and say, hey, I think these are yours. And I was like, man, you don't know how bad I've been stressing over this. And especially when my phone goes, your package has been delivered. Not here, cowboy. Did I chew out some UPS people's arses? Yes. Didn't do no good. Me and the neighbor had to take care of it. So. But man, we're going to town on new material, going to town. And I'm going to tell you this. This has been some of the most fun writing sessions that I've been involved with in many, many years. Our last drummer made songwriting a fucking nightmare. So I dreaded it. It's like, fuck, I don't want to go through another goddamn album with this son of a bitch, you know? But, let me show you a few things. This was done by my good pal, Shaky Dave. Look at that. That's Miss Ingrid Pitt. Have you seen this series of hammer statues? They're pretty damn impressive. Pretty damn expensive. I found this one in one of those clearance places, and I was able to get it at a pretty reasonable rate. But she was blonde, like in Countess Dracula. I wanted a brunette, like in Vampire Lovers. So I sent it to, at the recommendation of you people here on Facebook, I find old Shaky Dave, and I sent it to him, and he does his magic. There it is. What do you think? There you go. Yes, sir. Yeah, Shaky Dave is working on a reissue kit of the Vampirella model kit from the 70s for me. That was another one I was gonna attempt to do, because I'm gonna be laid up here a little bit, and I don't want to watch TV all day long while my wife's at work and stuff. I'm gonna try to get creative again. Like, man, during the whole shutdown, I've hardly drawn anything. I'm supposed to draw the next G.G. Allen live record for Blood Orange Records, and man, I think they said they needed it in February, but I've not had that. You know, and I draw the repo record ads. I've not been motivated. Hopefully when I have some time, I'm, you know, laid up here, I'll use that time being creative and not laying around moaning and groaning all the time. But I don't know if you've noticed yet, but I don't really have anything today. But I got a few things I'm going to tell you. But I mean, after a year of talking about ANTiSEEN, am I going to have to start talking about stuff over again? I mean, y'all got to tell me something. I appreciate the ones who do. Guess y'all know I love this son of a bitch, since I've been putting it on every damn picture I'm taking these days. Look at that. That's all right. I don't give a damn who you are there, boy. Look at that. Oh, yeah. But, my main man from the great country of Belgium, Captain Catastrophe. That's a nice tea there. He gave me a few ideas, and I'm gonna tackle one of his. But first, I want to talk about superstition. There is superstition I'm not very superstitious at all. I don't think I'm superstitious at all. Not just very. I don't think I'm superstitious at all. Friday the 13th. Just a series of some bad movies with some shining moments in them. That's all. I don't walk between the ladder. If that's the easiest way to go, that's where I'm going. Black cat crosses my path, better get the hell out of my way if I'm in the Jeep. That's all I gotta say. But there are some things that I do that would probably be under the umbrella of superstition. Back when we used to play shows with Hank 3, either when ANTiSEEN did or when we toured out west in the Midwest with the murder, when I was singing for the Murder Junkies. I did half the U.S. tour. And well, the U.S. is mainly out west, I guess. But Shelton would wear a pair of damn cowboy boots till he's holding them together with duct tape. At some point, man, it looked like the damn toe, you know, his foot's like this, but the toe's going out here, you know, flopping around when he's walking. I didn't say nothing to him about it. The man knows his damn boots are flopping all over the place and they're duct taped up. Why should I bring it up? You'd be surprised at the people who probably did, though. But, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I never asked him about it. I didn't want to talk about it. But I can only imagine he was just thinking of all the stages he's been on. All the stages those boots performed on. And maybe who he performed with, you know, and stuff like that. That's all I can figure. I admire that because I got a few of those of my own. The long-haired weirdo pants. Man, I think there's very little cloth in those pants that are the actual original pants that I bought. I got the long-haired weirdo letters screen printed down the legs of those from my brother, man, and I'm thinking this is like it's got to be around the time we did Boys from Brutusville. And after that, I mean, I wore those pants every show we ever did. I gained weight. I lost weight. The knees were out. Crotch was out. The ass end was out. The legs got too frayed. You know, one would be real big, one would be... My wife has done so much surgery on those pants. Taking cloth from other stuff, sewing it together. I was trying to find them to show them to you. Show you all the different, you know, things. But when I went looking for it, I realized I didn't know where the hell they were. You know why? Last time I wore them was when we did the Halloween broadcast back in October. The live show here on Facebook. Man, I probably walked in the house that night, took them off, threw them back in the bag, and didn't even think about it. I don't even know where the damn bag is now. But, I mean, I've only worn them 3 times in the whole year of 2020. So, another thing I do, ever since we started getting on planes and going to, especially the foreign country, I mean, but for me, it was every flight we ever took. The night before we leave, and the last airplane flight we took was to Japan, and I did this the night before we went to Japan. I play the movie Car Wash. Been doing that ever since 1992. Every single airplane flight we've ever been on. Car Wash, night before. I ain't lying to you. I don't care if you have a problem with that either. In my opinion, you should own your own copy of Car Wash. But Captain Catastrophe says to me, like, you borrow my ears? Hey man, have you ever seen me without my ears? One of my favorite scenes of the whole movie. What would possess you to think I would ever let you borrow my ears? Hey man, this chick wants to take my picture. This chick wants to take me. Man, you got to tell me something. You got to make me understand. Well, Captain Catastrophe said, hey man, why don't you talk about comedy? Do you guys remember comedy? Or has the new woke society, did they stamp it out way too early and then you don't really know what it is? Because this shit they call comedy today ain't funny, man. Ain't funny. Like everybody, man. I started as a kid watching the Three Stooges and eventually the Marx Brothers. That's comedy. I know grown men that say they don't like the damn Three Stooges. How can you trust these people? So, I understand women not liking them. My mom hated them. Me and the old man, if they came on, man, and we just in there watching it, we were rolling. Mom's like, this is stupid. But man, I think, when I learned about the stand-up comedy record, I mean, there was a lot out, in all those years, but I never got, when I got into it? When Richard Pryor started releasing his records in the 70s. And it was kind of taboo for us because, he was using language that, our parents certainly didn't want us going around repeating. But we'd have to meet at a friend's house, and just listen to them in the, this is back when we were riding bikes everywhere, before we had cars, before we could drive and shit like that, and somebody get the Richard Pryor album. Sometimes it'd be on 8-track. We had to listen to it and laughing like hell. Loved Richard Pryor. And of course, along the way, in there we discovered Rudy Ray Moore and his whole troupe, which I don't know if you know this or not, but most of his troupe were on Sanford and Son. Aunt Esther was part of Rudy Ray Moore's comedy troupe, and before she got on there and became extremely popular. Correct, Brad Mullins. Flip Wilson, the Flip Wilson Show. That was funny as hell. Jonathan Winters is funny, but he's kind of weird too. But we used to watch Carson. And there'd be some good people on there. I'm not a big fan of it today, stand-up. My wife has turned me on to a guy the other day that I thought was hilarious. Hey, honey, what was that guy's name? Yeah. That comedian you played for me the other day that I liked. His last name's Gregory. But that son of a bitch is funny. Yeah, he would open for country artists and stuff like that. Yeah. And see, Marvin, you mentioned some good ones. Gene Tracy. Man, if any of you can ever find on any format, I hear it was released on vinyl, but I have never personally seen one in my life. Gene Tracy and Wild Man Steve. Wild Man Steve, part of Rudy Ray Moore's troupe. Gene Tracy was the the comedian Trucker. And they did an album that was recorded right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Matter of fact, right up the road at the Holiday Inn on Woodlawn what? Boulevard? I don't know what the fuck. Woodlawn. And it's called The Great Insult. The Dean of Size turned me on to that years ago. And man, I'm telling you, there is nothing funnier than that. And I'm telling you this, if it was released today, both them guys would be canceled. Yeah, I've seen it on CD, I've seen it on cassette, and I've seen it on 8-track, but I have never seen it on LP. Maybe we can get somebody into bootlegging that. But now all the TV shows in the 70s were good. Man, the TV shows in the 80s sucked. I mean, I didn't even watch sitcoms in the 80s because they were no good. Everybody says Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I didn't like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I didn't like it. Different Strokes, didn't like it. Family Ties, didn't like it. It never made me laugh. I didn't watch it too long. But man, there were still people putting out tapes and records that were doing some great stuff. All right, Art, you're right. Married with Children was funny. I did like that. I didn't like Baywatch. But, and Jason, I didn't really like Cheers that much, man. I've seen it sometime when it was okay, but it was not one of my go-tos and my must-sees. But I guess in the late 80s, early 90s, a new thing of comedy was happening then, man. The first time I saw him blew my mind. Sam Kinison. I never liked somebody quite as much as I did Richard Pryor until I saw and heard Sam Kinison. And I saw him live here in Charlotte in 1991. And it was awesome. For those of you who are in the area, if you know where Guitar Center is, that used to be a nightclub called Plum Crazy. Saw Blue Cheer there. And saw Sam Kinison there. That's the only 2 times I ever went to Plum Crazy. And there were a lot of good shows there, but I don't know, man. When you look at the old ads and paper about in your area, and you go, God, I should have been at every one of them dams. Well, for some reason you don't. Maybe for that thing called work. But Sam Kinison blew my mind. Oh, and I used to listen to Jerry Clower. Do you guys remember him? Now all his stuff is on LP now. You can get all that. The Red Foxes was on LP. I don't know, man. These guys coming out now just talking about dick jokes and stuff like that. I mean, it's just... I don't know, everyone thinks those fucking movies are hilarious and stuff. The shit that comes out now with that Seth, whatever his fucking name is. But man, that stuff's not... I mean, it might get some chuckles out of me. The last new thing I saw was that thing called Road Trip with Robert Downey Jr. and that Galifianakis guy. That was funny. Man, you could buy Jerry Clower cassettes and 8-tracks at the counter of convenience stores back when we were coming up. But I don't know, man. I'm not saying comedy has to be mean-spirited, but somebody's got to be the butt of the joke. Yeah, due date is what it was, Elvis. You're right. Due date. Due date. was funny, I think. And I also thought, I didn't watch all the seasons, but that, God, it's an HBO thing that had, the guy was a baseball player. That one was pretty funny. So, some of it. I didn't watch it all, so I don't know. Yes, you're right, Art. Todd Phillips did Due Date. But anyway, I mean, someone's got to be the butt of the joke, you know. And they get made fun of things they can't help, or things that's probably not funny to make fun of. That's just comedy. That's the nature of comedy, man. He's bound down, correct. Y'all, I'm glad y'all are here, man. See, I can't remember. I'm getting to where I can't remember the names of shit, especially newer shit, but older shit I can remember. I just hate to see what has happened to it. I mean, you know, Dave Chappelle was excellent. I know what you're saying. Oh, well, you don't like comedy if it's racist and someone's getting their feelings. Well, that's kind of funny. You tell me Dave Chappelle wasn't funny? Andrew Dice Clay. I saw someone just mention him. But I also, too, I mean, you know, he wasn't like dirty or blue or nothing like that. But you remember Ray Stevens? Ray Stevens' records were funny. Comedy. Rest in peace. Have y'all seen the movie about Rudy Ray Moore on Netflix with Eddie Murphy? Excellent. Watch it. That's your homework assignment between now and next break on through, to watch My Name is Dolomite. You know what? Let me see. Well, I don't want to touch the phone. Do any of y'all have any questions you'd like to get into right quick? I see you're all kind of talking among yourselves, but you got to ask me some questions. I'm the guy with the camera on him. Migo's knocking it out of the park, y'all. Ultraman. When does the live GG album come out? Well, they were talking to me about getting artwork in February. It's still February, but I imagine a month or two after that. Do you know about Blood Orange? They've reissued all the stuff, you know, with the Jabbers and I guess the Scumfucks and stuff like that. Christopher Lee. Oh, yeah. Do I have more toys or records? I don't know, man. It's a toss-up. You know, people think I'm just like fantastic. Oh, man, I'm gonna have this gigantic toy collection. It's good. It's cool. You know, it's good. People like to look at it. I ain't no Tesco V. I ain't no Trip McNeil. You want to see somebody that's got some shit? Look at Tesco V or my buddy Trip McNeil. Goodness gracious. But records, man, I probably got like, I don't know, 1,500, 1,200. I got rid of a bunch. When I started getting rid of the vinyl, man, one of the most fun things about it was driving down to South by Southwest in Austin to work the record show in the big auditorium there, and I'd go with my pal Whiskey Rebel, and his son Elvis would tag along on those trips. Man, we had a ball. it made getting rid of your records fun. And it's usually a very sad thing, but you know. Blood Orange got a website? I don't know, Santos. I imagine they do. Just look up Blood Orange Records on the thing that has become our brain. Google. Well, fellas, ladies, I guess I'm about to wrap it up. I'm trying to have something a little more substantial next week. Let me. You see what Elvis just wrote right there? Which one of you got? Elvis was a young kid there, man, and I used to do everything I could to get him to laugh his ass off. And we pulled up the Irwins came down to visit. That's Whiskey Rebel, Marla V, and Elvis. They came down to visit us in Rock Hill one time. I guess this was, maybe it was during the time they were moving down to Texas. I don't know. I'm not sure. But, man, their van blew up. They had to buy another car in Rock Hill. And we pulled up to this dealership. And there was a sign up that says, blow horn for service. And maybe I said to Elvis or something, I said, hey man, go in there, kick the door open and say, okay, which one of you guys is horn? That was good. Even made me laugh. I'm here by myself. Well, come on, pump up something. You gotta give me. You got to give me something. Oh yeah, you came to my Halloween party. I used to have a yearly Halloween party. Some of those were good, man. But tell you, right after I sign out here on Break On Through, y'all stick around for a minute, because Malcolm Tent, the minister of propaganda, is going to have a little after-school special for you. Oh, and just in case there's any question as to who is going to win Point Cade, look no further than Break On Through. Good night, fellers. I'm so glad we had this time together. Just to have a laugh and sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes a time we have to say so long.